guys, so a lot of you wanted a Grandmaster fire gear and deck setup video, so I figured I would finally make one because I got Warlord on this character and I finally got Rampage, and I never felt like making a deck setup video for a fire without having Rampage because so many of the fires who actually are PvPing have Rampage, so yeah, I just never felt right doing a setup without it. But yeah, so I'll quickly just show you the deck that I'm using, and you can just pause the video and copy it if you would like, but I am going to be going over all the spells and the gear that I use, or the gear that you should use if you don't have Glen gear. But yeah, if you just want to pause the video and copy it, that's fine, but I am going to be going over everything. And also, at the very end of the video, I'm going to put my actual match for Warlord on this character because it sort of gives you an idea for how to play with this setup. So yeah, I'll just get right into it then. So Glen gear for your hat, robe, and boots, unless you are not a Warlord and do not have this gear. Then I would try to get the Shaman's Lore pack, which give the Proud Jaguar gear, which is the best gear for your hat or your robe. And for your boots, get the Professor Hort pack for the Dahlia boots. But yeah, that is the gear that I would recommend if you do not have Glendiman gear. For your wand, try to get the Aquilian Charioteer lance. But I will say, this is another pack wand, and if you really don't want to try to get it, I was using Duelist to Commander, it's even stitched. So yeah, I was using this for a really long time. So I mean, either one works. The Aquilian is definitely better, but if you don't wanna spend all that, spend that many crowns, then try to get the Duelist because you can just do tournaments and get that for tickets. So yeah. Duelist Atham, obviously, with an accuracy jewel because you do not want to be fizzling. So definitely put the accuracy jewel. You can craft these. I don't know if I have the recipe on this character. Okay, I don't. But you can craft your school jewels. So if you don't want to farm or something, you can always just craft it. And Life Mastery, Duelist Ring. For my pet, I have a Grimhorn unicorn thing, and it has the Enfeeble Fortifying Balance Word, which are definitely really good talents. If you do use a damage pet like this one, this is what I used to use, then I would recommend putting Balance Ward somewhere on it. I sort of want to get rid of that 6% fire damage and just put Balance Ward. But yeah, as a fire, you definitely should try to get Balance Ward because balances and lores, they just kill you. So yeah, definitely try to go for that. But I would also recommend trying to get it on a Charred Grimhorn because the uh, the Ice Shield and Storm Shield are really good. It gives 3 of them, and you don't need to waste cards in your actual deck. You don't need to take anything important out to put shields in because your pet gives you 3 and they're minus 90%. So this card's really good. So yeah, if you could get this pet, this is definitely what I would go for. So yeah. For my deck, I just put a 4% pip jewel on it, which you can just buy from the guy in Unicorn Way with 200 arena tickets. So yeah, that's no big deal. Alright, so I'll start with the main deck. So 2 stun blocks, obviously for myths or something. It's actually really bad in my match for Warlord, which again I'm putting up right after the setup. I could not pull my stun blocks, and it was so scary because I was like, oh my god, he's gonna Medusa it, I'm gonna die. So if you want, you can take out a life dispel because they're not really good anymore with the dispel shields and everything, and put a stun block. But for right now, I have 2 life dispels. Yeah, I don't know, they're not really that useful with the dispel shield, but I also, if I only have 1, I feel like it'll never show when I need it to. So yeah, I have 2 in. But yeah, alright, so 5 tower shields, obviously, because these are the only shields that I even have in, besides the Charred Grimhorn. Yeah, towers are amazing, obviously, you need max of those. 4 strongs. These are basically to enchant either luminous weavers to hit the person, or brims or anything, or to kill minions. But yeah, definitely put these in so that your main deck hits can actually do a decent amount of damage. 2 life dispels. These are I didn't really go over what these are for, but if you want, you can try to life dispel them and then ramp. I really wouldn't recommend doing that though. But yeah, you can try to do that. If you're first and they're gonna heal, then you can just life dispel them. But yeah, 2 luminous weavers. For
These are basically for minions if you have a bunch of fire blades up and you don't really want to use all those blades on a luminous weaver. On a minion. So yeah, and they are also really good for hitting somebody and also putting a weakness on them at the same time. So it'll get a shield off and put a weakness, which is really good. But if you don't have it, Seraph works fine too, because these are basically for minions if you don't have. If for minions if you have blades on. So yeah, you can always just switch them out with Seraphs. All right. Next you're gonna want your heals, obviously. 2 pixies, 5 satyrs, because you always want these to show. You always want to be able to heal because you're fire, and if you're fired, then your health is gonna be low, and people are probably constantly gonna be attacking you. So yeah, definitely put max satyrs in. 2 brimstones, because the trap and the damage are pretty solid damage, and yeah, definitely 2 of these in. I have 4 fire blades in, so that obviously they're fire blades. Like I don't really need to explain that, but 5 links. These cards are so underestimated. But Link is definitely so amazing. I have 5 in, and I would recommend that you put 5 in too, because they get shields off, they get weaknesses off, and they get infections off, and the person can't shield for 3 rounds. So definitely put the 5 links in. These spells are so good. Like, yeah, they're really good. 2 rampages, just in case I don't know, you don't want to hit with your side deck or something, and they also do a lot of damage. 4 meteors, these are for minions. 4 minions, so that you can, if you're second, so that you and your minion can hit at the same time. So if you want to do rampage, you wait until your minion also does elf, so that if the person wants to triage or shift, they just triage or shift your minion's elf or link. I know they do both of those. 5 wildfires, because as a fire, you really don't want to be losing bubble wars. So definitely put 5 of these in. Also 5 infections, so that people can't really heal, which you're really going to need, because fire, a lot of the strategy for fire doesn't consist of one-hit kills. You're really weakening them down. Um, and when you weaken someone down with a strategy like this is like the lore strategy almost. You need to have infections on them, because they're just going to heal off your damage if infections aren't up. 3 reshuffles, because obviously you don't want to run out of cards. 4 weaknesses, and keep all the cards that are in your side, because these shields are really good. And if you don't have the shield cards, then I would take out probably a link. Yeah, I would take out a link and a brimstone, and I would just put 2 glacial shields. But that's only if you don't have the charred Grimhorn pet. Otherwise, keep the deck exactly as it is. You can obviously make adjustments as you go and try it out for yourself and stuff. But yeah. Alright, this is the side deck. So you are going to want 1 triage. You probably want more, but I didn't really know what to take out, and yeah. So I only have 1 triage in, and it's worked fine for me so far. So yeah, just 1 triage. 6 brimstone, because these are basically like fire's lore. They do a lot of damage, and they give a trap. So really good for combos, really good for just hitting. Um, yeah, brimstone's really good. 3 Ifrits, because the 90% weakness is obviously amazing, and it does a lot of damage. So definitely put 3 Ifrits. And you can play so many mind games with people. If you're fire and you're first and you have 8 pips, people do not want to hit. They are so scared that you are going to Ifrit. So definitely have Ifrits in, because they're great. You can play all these mind games on your opponent.
So yeah, 2 Fire Shark, because these can either be used to kill minions. I don't really like using them to kill minions, but they could be used for that. I mostly use them as a way to finish somebody off because, uh, yeah, 2 pip kills no one's really expecting. Everyone thinks 2 pips is just like for elf, but you can also Fire Shark, which is really strong, and it'll kill people because it's gonna do like 500 damage if you have, yeah, like 500 damage if you have a bubble up or something. So yeah, definitely get 2 Fire Sharks and put them in. 2 Fire Beetles so that you can combo. I have I have 5 Ramson and I have 3 of them Pierce enchanted. This is because the Pierce enchant actually does more on people with the Warlord gear than a enchanted Brimstone. This is because, at least it does for the second hit. Because as you can see, the enchanted part basically goes to the first hit. And when you're rampaging, you don't really want the damage going to the first hit because they probably have a shield on or something, so you don't really care about that first hit damage. You're basically only going for the second hit damage. And that's why the Pierce enchant is really good for rampage. And you can either, I get my Pierce enchants from my Sunny Garden, but I mean, I think you can buy them too. So yeah. 2 Wildfire so that you're not losing Bubble Wars, and the 35% is really good. I have 3 Infalls so that obviously a lot of people have Fire Ward these days, so you're gonna need Infallible to hit for a lot of these people. 2 Dooms basically for people who love to heal. You don't want them to love to heal, you want to stop them. 1 Reshuffle, just in case. This is really just because I right click my main deck reshuffles a lot. So yeah, this is for just in case I right click my main deck reshuffles. But if you're like really good at keeping track of your, your main deck and your side deck, then I would take this out and put another triage. But yeah, I have 3 supernovas in. These are from Sunnian plants, but I also know that they're pretty rare because Sunnian plants cost crowns. So if you don't have Supernova, that's completely fine. Here, then you just put another triage, and I would also put another Fire Shark because like they're so underestimated but so strong. And another Reshuffle. So this is what I would do if you do not have Supernova. But if you do have Supernova, or if you're thinking about getting Sunnian plants to get Supernova, I would definitely recommend doing that because they are absolutely amazing. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I mean, it's not over yet because I'm about to put my Warlord match on this character up. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the setup. Tell me if it works, if you guys do use it, or whatever other deck setups that you want. Like if you put, your school and your level that you want a deck set up for. I'll try to make one. I don't have that many levels, I guess. I mostly focus on Grand PvP. I do have the Magus Myth, the Legendary, the Legendary Balance, and a Max Ice, but yeah, if you guys want to see something, then just feel free to comment it in the section. I'll try to do it if I have a character that, is the right school and level. But yeah, here is the Warlord match.
Halfway through a bottle, babe. forget all the wrongs and every reason why we've changed. And there's a storm inside my head, it's getting me in trouble, baby, and I can't break away. I thought that I could keep it low, take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before, so take it easy, take it easy. I thought that I could keep it low, take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before, so take it easy.